Hi guys, I want you to join me this morning for a nice piping hot cup of tea. We've been dating now it's been 2 weeks as of today, 14 days. And as you know, we have entertained a number of gentlemen by conversation, but only going out with one. And I know you guys remember me talking to you about Chris, the FBI agent that I went out on a date with, had great conversation, and I've really, really enjoyed his company until today. That's right. Today, hold on. It's kind of hot. Let me tell you, I had a conversation with Chris today. We're chatting by text, of course, as we normally do, text. And so he always says how much he enjoys receiving pictures. He thinks that's very affectionate and spontaneous. So he asked me if I could send him a photo. Well, the thing with me is that I am not a photo queen. I'm not a selfie queen. I'm not one of those people that sit around snapping pics all day. I have to consciously make an effort to take a picture, especially if I'm out at an event or something like that. So I'm digging through my phone. I'm like, dang, do I have some pictures that I can send him? So I found a picture of myself at an event that I did on last Saturday. I shot him a pic. He said, okay, nice pic. Do you have any more? So I'm like, dang, I'm scraping these pics up, but okay, I sent him one more. He said, thanks, it's very affectionate. So he sends me a picture. Nice little cute picture of his little face, lean like that. And I told you Chris has beautiful eyes. So I'm like, oh, that's a very handsome pic, Chris. He shoots me another pic. I said, oh, you look so sweet and so innocent in that pic. He sends me a text and he says, I'm not all that sweet and all that innocent. So I send back LOL. Well, in the process of me sending LOL, I'm in my office. An employee walks in and I'm showing her, one of my vlogs. We're kind of laughing because she's like, Miss White, what are you up to now with Uncovering Eve? I show her a vlog. She's watching the vlog, and the next thing I know, I hear her say, oh, some man just sent you a picture without a shirt on. She's a jokester, so I was like, yeah, whatever, haha. Then we watch a little bit. She's watching a little bit longer. I'm still working on my computer, and she goes, oh, he's kind of sexy. He sent you another picture. So now I'm sitting here going, she's not playing. I look over at her, and she's like, oh, kind of messed me up a little bit. And I was saying to myself, I'm trying to play it cool, because I can't let my employee think I am in these streets like that. I'm like, well, if he sent a picture, it's probably just a nice teachable moment. So when she leaves, I look at these photos. Let me tell y'all, I want to say I was mad, but I was kind of happy mad. Because Chris, Chris got a nice little body going on. He had said he'd been working out in the gym. He got a little six-pack going. He takes care of himself very well. So I'm looking at these photos, though. So the first one was of him in the mirror, showing his six-pack. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cute. I scroll down to the next one. Oh, okay, Chris is on the sofa. Chris on the sofa like this, looking up. I can see his, shirt off. You can see his pants on. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, Chris. I get to the third one, the one that caught her off guard. Chris got his shirt off. He landed on the sofa and he looking up like he ready to have a nice, tasty something. But you can see that little V cut, the six pack and the V cut, and his boxers. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. I know blessings come in all kind of disguises. And I want to be a prude and be like, I wasn't even all that impressed, okay? If we were in church, I would say this is a double portion blessing. Let me tell you, he did look nice, but I was kind of offended though. I gotta be honest. I was, because I was like, well, hold up. What made Chris think it was okay to start sending these photos like this? We just met not even 2 weeks ago. We went on one date, had a couple of phone call conversations and text, and now you're sending me these photos. Okay. All right. Let me see what's going on. So before I could respond, Chris is shooting text messages off to me. And he's like, well, I think you're a beautiful lady and your body looks good from head to toe. Feel free to share a pic with me as you feel comfortable. And I'm like, oh, child, you don't know me that well. Renee does not do that. That's not what we do. I got too much to lose to be playing around with a joke I just met online. Are you kidding me? We're not doing that. I just met you. So then before I could reply, he shot another text off. Well, I understand some people like to get, but they don't like to give. I'm like, what is Chris talking about? And before I could even start typing the text, he shoots another one off. I understand this early. You may not feel comfortable doing this. But again, don't miss your window of opportunity because windows close very quickly. And I'm like, is he serious? Or whatever. And then he shoots another text. Well, I understand I need to let people be them and do what they need to do as they feel comfortable. So I politely sent a text back to Chris and I said, thanks for being understanding. Thanks for allowing me to be me. I appreciate the fact that you felt comfortable enough to share your photos with me. I must say, you do a great job of taking care of yourself. That was nice and cute and girly, right? So you would think that would be it. Chris is going in on these text messages and I was like, Chris, he's like talking about that fact that he keeps running across women that are selfish and yada, yada, yada. And so I send him back, Chris, I know you just met me, but I'm far from selfish. When I am in a committed relationship or married, I make sure I take very good care of my mate and I'm extremely affectionate. But this is not that. We just met. And he says, okay, no offense meant. I'll talk to you later. So I go on with my day and I was like, come on, Chris, don't go to the dark side on me. I've been enjoying your conversation. We're supposed to go out this weekend. Caroline, come back to the light. Come to the light, Caroline. Don't go to the dark side on me. So I decided to call him last night. And when I called him last night, I was like, Chris, I really want to have a conversation with you. So Chris goes, uh-oh. Is this going to be like an angry girlfriend or angry mom conversation? Or is this going to be one of those conversations like, oh, I missed you kind of conversation? I said, well, Chris, I think I just need to kind of talk to you about something. Our exchange today, I want to make sure that I wasn't reading our words. When you text, sometimes words or intentions could get lost. And so I just want to make sure we're on the same page. And I tell Chris, Chris, I noticed you said that you've met people who are selfish, blah, 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 blah. And I know we all have baggage, but allow me to make my own mistakes. You just met me. You don't know me. Don't judge me too quickly. There's not too much you can learn about somebody in a little bit of time. So he's like, okay. I was like, so, give me a minute and let people reveal themselves the way that they feel comfortable revealing themselves. And he was like, well, I just look at it this way. I don't let opportunities pass. And like I told you before, I don't believe in wasting a whole lot of time. It is what it is, or it ain't what it ain't, basically. He didn't say those exact words, but that's kind of what he was saying. And I was like, well, just like I allowed you to be you and you shared what you shared and I didn't judge you, then don't do that for me. Give me a moment to reveal myself in the way that I see fit, if I do see fit, right? So we started talking and I was like, and he was like, but I don't understand you women, kind of that tone. And I was like, well, Chris, I noticed that you told me early on that you were really looking for a wife. Oh, because he said, that's why I've been single so long. And I was like, well, I noticed when we first met, you said you were looking for a wife. And I just want to kind of talk to you about something. So now I have shift gears from Renee on Match.com. Now I'm in the mission field, uncovering Eve. I'm reporting for duty. Because now I need to uncover Adam. He has a whole lot of fig leaves on him, obviously. So now I'm going to uncover Adam a little bit. So I said, so if you're really serious about meeting a wife, what type of wife do you think you would attract if in 2 weeks she's showing you her boobs and blah, blah, blah? And he's like, well, all your pictures you keep sending me are very professional, you're covered up. And I was just wondering if you could mix it up and show a little skin, like maybe in your workout clothes. Like, Chris, again, when you saw my pictures on Match, my pictures, what did they look like? He was like, very conservative, very this. I said, well, that's who I am. I can't be anything that I'm not. I said, but I want to warn you, if you're saying that you're looking to meet a wife, and if that's what you truly feel, then what kind of woman would I be if I'm exposing myself to a man within a couple of days or a couple of weeks, what kind of wife how would you see me as a wife? How would you see any woman? And if you have a woman that's ready to expose herself or her body to you after a couple of conversations, you need to be really, really, really concerned. And so we talked for a moment, and I was like, that's not okay in any shape, form, or fashion. So Chris was like, hold up, I feel like you're a professor or something. You went all spiritual and deep on me. And I was like, well, Chris, I told you what I do. I told you about uncovering Eve. I told you about my profession, but I let him make it. I was like, well, Chris, I just kind of think we need to, put our cards on the table. And I'm just trying to tell you what works for me and what doesn't. So he went on and was like, well, I don't know if this is going to work out for us or not. And, yada, yada, yada. I hope we can still go out this weekend and have a good time. I'm sure I'm going to be all in your blogs. I was like saying to myself, not my blogs, but maybe my blog. But I will go out with Chris again because I think Chris now knows where I stand. If he's interested, hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Because one of the things I know for sure, I am not willing to compromise who I am and what I stand for to please anybody. The name of this series is Available for Love, not Desperate for Love. There's a difference. So, guys, I want to encourage you, if you're online dating and someone is doing something that makes you feel uncomfortable, do not fold to the pressure. Do not. Stay true to who you are. Because, like I told you, you can be the woman that every man wants, but only one will have you. So if that means I have to let go of several to get to that one, I say toodles. I've worked too long and too hard on me to compromise who I am. So, yeah, I don't know. I just want to kind of brace you guys because, I know we're supposed to have 2 dates this weekend, but we may be down to 1, if not 0. I'll keep you guys posted on Chris, but hey, remember, don't give yourself away for pennies. You're worth way more than the pennies that others are trying to buy you for. Be blessed, guys.
Please like, comment, and share this post. I want to hear from you. Follow, like, and subscribe to Uncovering Eve on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.